and a 1. Bing, bing. It's the Modern Fowler Scrum. We have Sam, we have Stamatios, we have Paul. I will go first. I have, been working on website 1 this morning. What I thought was a JavaScript kind of intermittent acceptance test issue on this is the work for updating the premium sponsor data models. And actually, I got to the bottom of it. I'm very pleased. It turns out not to be a JavaScript issue. Apologies, JavaScript, for thinking that you were the problem. In fact, it was a problem with Rails date comparisons that I've managed to fix. That's very pleasing. And Sigu is here. Sigu! Yay, Sigu! Yay! Hey, Sigu, how's it going?
Yay! Hey, guys.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. We've oh, go on.
Nice to see you too.
All right. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. So we're in roll. We're rolling in. Yeah. So that's I'm quite pleased with that website 1. I've just managed to get through some admin issues. The big thing I need to get done is these Let's Encrypt renewals for local support for async voter, which makes sure that we have our HTTPS stuff still working. I'd really like to get them set and make them automated. That would be really nice. But yeah. However, today I've got premium pairing probably on website 1, local support all over the place, and that's pretty much me. I know there's also the RSpec mob going on. Yeah, so I'm not blocked actually. I'm ready to pick up new things. I say the Let's Encrypt thing is probably the highest priority. Well, that's me. Let's go on to Stamatios. How are things going with you, Stamatios?
Hey, I'm doing good. Was working on local support. Local support yesterday. It was a couple of things. Number 1, I was working on I was actually just investigating the bug that we talked about yesterday. I'm not actually able to reproduce that issue that appeared locally.
Okay.
So I was trying to actually figure out. I assumed that you logged in as some kind of a user on the, I guess it's staging or prod. I'm not sure which one.
I think we were on production. Yeah, I think it was logged in production, and we went to like events/new. But yeah, it may be something very specific to the production. But yes, do go on. You're saying yes. So you weren't immediately able to replicate that.
Yeah, and so I just moved on. I started working on the breadcrumbs feature that we talked about as well, and basically that's going along pretty well. I assume that I should be able to finish that one today, and I would like to continue working on this bug fix, or at least investigating to try to at least replicate it. Totally.
Well, maybe we can have a look at it. It may be that it requires access to production to kind of we can have a deeper look at it at the end of the Scrum, seeing on how we're doing for time.
Sure.
Good stuff. Well, thanks to Marius. Paul, long time to see. How are things going with you? And you want to unmute yourself, I think.
Yes, struggling a bit at the moment. I've been trying to get a React on Rails 5.1 working.
Right.
Just from a cheat, and I don't know how much you know about 5.1 React, but anyway, I start the Webpack dev server to serve my compiled JavaScript, and it doesn't seem to pick it up in my view. I'm not sure why. Probably something to do with the way it's configured.
I would imagine. Yes, interesting. Yeah, we were talking about having a mob on Friday on React and integration with Rails. Yes, indeed. Well, maybe there's time we can have a quick look at your configuration today. But that mob might also be interesting for you. Anything else going on, or anything else blocking you or on your mind?
Yeah, well, that's it. That's blocking me.
That's the main thing blocking you. Yeah, okay.
I can't get past it. I'm trying to do the landing page on the OpenPA Power.
Yeah, no.
I want to use components and componentize the whole lot.
Sure.
I think that'd be the best way to go.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll finish up the Scrum. Maybe you can get the various bits and pieces ready to share, like out and ready. Maybe you've got it there and it's all ready to show. But yes, if you get ready, we'll maybe have a little look at that at the end of the Scrum. Would be nice. Good stuff. Frustrating to be blocked on those kinds of things. I know how you feel. Let's go on to Sigu. Thanks, Paul. Sigu, how are things going with you? I think Izuku is muted.
Yes, sorry, I was muted. Hi.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you guys. Happy New Year. I wish my camera was here. You wave to you guys. So I've been up to so much, and the adventures is like third in the list. I'm still trying to prioritize everything. Yeah. So basically, I was just checking in to see how things are going, and I'll give you an update, Sam, in case of anything. Yeah, I'll let you know.
All right, go, cool. Yes, yeah, and well, let us know if there's anything blocking you or any way we can help. We do have the with the I'll ping you about. We've got you in the jobs feed channel, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the jobs feed. Yes.
Yeah, we've got some other premium members reporting how they're actually now getting onto second and third interviews from things they found in that jobs feed and so on. I know that was one of your background things. Anyway, we can chat separately about that. The catch up that I might mention, the other piece of information that we've got that we were discussing yesterday. So the issue that we've been having, it was a long time really, is performance on website 1. On Friday, I did roll out a performance improvement. Actually, so yeah, nobody who was here was in the website 1 meeting yesterday evening. That's one of the things I've been doing, and it was looking yesterday. It continues to look there. If you can see this graph, this is the web transaction times on website 1, and it was basically late on this on Friday that I rolled out the fix, and things are looking a lot healthier since then. We're not getting these like terminally long-running queries that basically get completely killed. So it looks like that performance issue has been it's partially addressed. I think there's still more work to be done, but it's quite pleasing to have gone through the process of analyzing what we thought the problem was, and then putting out the fix. And do see the video of the website 1 meeting from yesterday. That's for a full discussion of all of that and the future direction of the Agile Ventures site and things like that. If anyone is interested, that's a great place to catch up on that. Okay, so I think that's our Scrum, unless anybody's got another big thing to look at. I guess what we might just do quickly first for Stomatios is this error that we encountered yesterday in local support. I've got a copy of the local support production data. I think I just created that. So what we could just do is, another thing actually, local support is now upgraded to Rails 5. So that's another pleasing development. Origin develop there. And get that. They're all good there. So I'll just run the Rails server here, and we'll just see if the error replicates in this environment. If it does, that sort of implies that there's something about the data. Like I presume that you've been on develop Stomatios, and you've updated to the latest develop code, right?
Correct.
And I think you can't go to events new unless you are logged in. So presumably you log in, and you can go to events new, and it all works fine.
I can't do it unless I'm logged in. If I go to events new, then it would just bring me to the sign-in page.
Sign-in page. But then, assuming that you sign in, it then gives you the nice form to, as expected.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. And I guess I've got a bundle installed with the latest things there, which might take some time. So I can you the information for the error later on. That will be something I guess I need to dig into there. Since there's no point in us all waiting around for that, should we now just quickly go to Paul? And Paul, do you want to have a show us the issue you're encountering, and we can have a kind of a quick look through that?
Okay, so I'll let me see. I'll just share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I'll just show you first. So this is the Webpack dev server running.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that. So that's serving Rails app.
You've got the Webpack Dev server serving the Rails app, or just the React app?
Well, the React app.
The React app, yeah.
This just simply displays a page with a couple of components on it.
Right, and that all works fine. And this is now, so it's pure React. I mean, the Webpack under the hood is gonna be using Node and what have you. There's no Rails involved when you look at it through this view.
That's right. Now I'll just show you my code. This is Visual Studio Code here, and that's a component that's provided out of the box. There's a sample. There's hello react.jsx, and in my index panel, I've included that here. You can see JavaScript underscore tag hello react. But in front of that, I've got this JavaScript tag appointments. And that doesn't show up. So I don't know whether it's not compiled. It looks as though it's compiled. I can change hello react and the change will come through. But it is,
yeah. At the moment, I'm struggling to understand. I had thought when you first described the thing that the problem is that in the Rails app, nothing was getting shown.
No, not strictly speaking, correct. I'll just show the source here of the page.
But so is this the page in which the problem is occurring?
Yes. So I'm not seeing the appointments component.
Oh, okay. So this is completely independently from Rails, just using React, and there is a problem with. So you've got your H2 appointments thing there, I can see, and then div class content underneath that, and so on and so on.
Yeah. So this Pax hello react shows up.
Yeah.
The Pax appointments doesn't.
It shows up, sure.
Doesn't show up.
So well, the script is there, but so can you show us the appointments component? Like, what is the contents of the appointments component at this stage?
Okay, so appointments JSX. That's the appointments component.
Yeah. The font is a little small. I'm going to have to try and move in so I can.
Let me just
read the my mouse so I can remove the sidebar here. Okay. Yeah. So what we're expecting there is that we want the appointments. There is going to be a div with like helix and then props.name in it.
Yeah. So it's really just about a copy of the hello React.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at that superficially, and I might be completely off base here. Well, I guess so. You've got JSX there. Just show me the hello react.jsx. Yeah. Okay. The I mean, what I was going to say there is that with it not being exported, but I guess the way that we're using it here with Webpack is it doesn't require the exporting. You've got presumably you've looked in the JavaScript console in the browser when it loads, and there's no errors there.
It does show an error, I think. It did before. Not showing anything.
Okay. So no errors. So the if we just go back to the code then briefly, and by the way, is all the code for this in a repo somewhere that I can quickly, so I can sort of browse it myself without having to like use you as navigator?
No, it's on my own machine.
No problem. I guess the thing that I would do here is I would try and look at hello react.jsx and appointments.jsx side by side by splitting the screen in two there, which I presume you can do by right clicking on the tab name there, like hello react.jsx. Doesn't know. Is there a view option there? No, so ignore that. If it goes to view in the top there, have we got the split editor?
Split editor. Yeah.
Here you go. Yeah. And so if you just click on appointment.js on one of them, So at the moment we're seeing two Hello React side by side, but if you click on the tab on the left-hand side where appointments JSX is there, then we'll be able to see the two sets of codes side by side. Yeah. I mean, so the thing is, now, of course, the problem may be completely the something to do with the configuration elsewhere. So this is the two side by side. Is that there's also a place, where's the place that's saying in your code that appointments is above Hello React? Is there some kind of HAML file or some where index file or
the index HAML here?
Index HAML. So if we just look at that quickly as well. So index HAML there. I noticed there that on line 5, you've got like a minus sign and then JavaScript pack tag appointments, and then on line 6 you've got an equal sign JavaScript pack tag.
Might be just your resolution because it is an equal sign.
Oh, it definitely is an equal sign in both cases. Okay, fair enough. So we've got the and if you switch the order of the two, presumably that makes no difference whatsoever.
I haven't tried that, but I can do that quickly.
Yeah, no, I can see that it now looks like a minus on the top one. Yeah, so clearly they are have equals. So you reload that. I would also here, like, rather than show source, can you right click on this and go to inspect? Right click on just anywhere in the thing and go to click on inspect. Yeah. And then if we look in here, and then you now that you can see its elements, it's got body. Open up the elements there. No, not the. See where it's highlighted on body. There's a triangle. There's a right-facing triangle. There you go. So then, and let's open out here. So it's got like, and then you've got the div class. So open the div class content there.
The div class
content. See, there's body's opened up. Underneath, it's got React calendar, and then appointments, and then immediately under that, not the head.
Sorry, the div class. Yeah.
Yeah. So open both. There we go. Okay. And so div class content, we've got it opening Hello React and appointments, and then open you've got another nested div there. So like the, can you see? There's like 2 lines up.
This one here.
Yeah. Okay. So there we're getting the div with the Hello React thing. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we've got the packs are being. I mean, I'd also be tempted there to just to double click on the appointments link there, packs/appointments -7d. Just double click on that, and we'll just check that it actually contains. Does it not? Doesn't let you maybe single click on it rather than double click off it and then click back and just see if you can. You might want to control click it and open the URL. That's maybe less important. Let's see. I mean, you should in principle be able to go. One check would be that you go to that file that it's telling you look and load and check that the actual JavaScript is loading. That's here the Hello React one, but this one here. But I'd say do that later if you're having trouble with that now. But so here we've got Hello React, and then we've got a style sheet for appointments, and then we've got this div. Okay, now just go back to the editor for me again. So you've got the editor. So we've got the dot content JavaScript pack tab. Okay, and okay. And now if you could just click on the appointment JSX in the left-hand pane, so I can see the two things side by side again. So
I made them as identical as I can.
That's perfectly legible. So we've got both of them adding a. Yeah. No, I mean that certainly looks like. Interesting. Yeah, I mean the thing that I would almost be wondering there is one of them overwriting the other one. I would almost be tempted to, be replacing one with other. Like in this context, like we've got Hello React JSX is working. I mean, the only differences between the two are very subtle naming ones, as far as I can see. The interesting thing, I mean, I guess see what I'm looking at there is both of them add this at the bottom, the event lister DOM content loaded, right?
Yeah.
And what it's then doing is it's doing React DOM.render, and it's like it kind of renders the appointments thing, and then it appends a child div. Like, and isn't it? I would have thought here, like the React DOM render, that's taking the entire kind of React space, and it's kind of loading one thing into it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like the way we've been doing a lot of React is that the React elements will kind of be, you know, there'll be something indicating that we want both of these to appear.
Yeah.
So if we look back at your index.html.haml, what we're doing here is you're kind of saying like, okay, I'm going to load the JavaScript for these two things, and I'm gonna run both of these JavaScripts, right? As a result.
Yeah.
But so if you go back to appointments.jsx, yeah. So both of these sets of JavaScript are going to run. Initially, no content is going to get rendered. Yeah.
Right.
Then, when the DOM has kind of finished loading, both of these event listeners are going to fire, right? And
so if I
go on.
If I removed it from one of them.
Yeah. So for example, you could remove it from the hello react.jsx. So remove or comment out lines 21 to 25 of all the 26 even. You can do like I don't know if you're on a Mac, is command / or it's double slashes. No, double slash is not going to give you a block comment. That would need to be a /*, I think.
Star, okay.
And then / at the bottom. Yeah. So if you save that, then that would prevent the React thing from being shown, the hello React. And you could reload the page, and you could see if just the appointments one showed up. And then let's have a look. So there now, is that reloading? It is React calendar appointments. You could have open the div to see that. I mean, that doesn't look like anything is appearing. I mean, I guess there's also the question of, you know, having made that change, is it now recompiling that? So there, I mean, that seems to imply that, well, even without the interference of the hello React, the appointments is not. I mean, I guess from there you can see it's automatically recompiled. Yeah. I mean, what I would then very much do is go back to the browser, and where you've got the so this thing that we were trying to do before. So you see how, like, when you mouse over script source packs appointment -7d56ed4 in the elements thing in the middle here. So script source packs appointments. Take the mouse over the script source /packs /appointments. Just there, exactly. Yeah. So not that one. That's the hello React one. The one underneath. Yeah, that one. So you should be able to go to localhost 3000 packs appointments, whatever, and see the JavaScript for that pack loaded. So I mean, you can control click there or something. I mean, ultimately, even if so, is there? Yeah. I mean, double click so that it ends up allowing you to edit that thing, whatever it was. Yeah. You can get back into. You had it before in when you clicked.
It actually tells you the URL. Doesn't it? So.
It tells you the URL, but so what we want to do is we want to go to that URL. It's not offering you that option, but I think before, if you kind of keep clicking again on where it's packs, appointments, what have you, we'll get into edit mode. You're currently pointing, that's the hello React one, which we don't want. You need to go on the one underneath it. Yeah. And there, right. So now copy that, the whole thing. You need the whole line from packs through to JS. Yeah. So copy that. And now open a new tab. Or new Windows, go to 2.
You need...
So the localhost 3000. So then you want to prefix that with localhost 3000.
I think it's...
or is it the different number? Whatever the...
I think it's the port.
Well, the previous page that you were on had localhost 3000, but whatever you fancy.
Well, that's the application.
Okay.
But
independently of that, the console thing that we were looking in previously, when you moused over it, maybe I was mistaken, but I mean the quick check to do, like here on this.
Oh, wait, I'll just get back to it. Yeah.
So here, when you mouse over that packs/appointments-7, what have you?
Yeah.
In the other,
that was 3,000. Yeah,
I think it was. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
There you go. So hit return there, and we'll see what JavaScript gets loaded if it can even find that thing there. Yeah, so that's looking empty. Oh no! Oh, it's come up. Oh, so it's got us a JavaScript, and so I think you had Helix in it. If you just do a search in there for Helix, so I do Control F or what have you to look for HELLIX, which I think was like, you know, I'm basically doing it there.
Yeah. No, it didn't seem to.
Is it not matching it at all? I would double check in your code editor. Is that the
the actual
in the actual editor? So that you've got like, yeah, it's capital HELLIX. So you could just double click that, copy it, and then go back to the browser and so now search for that. And so that suggests that, for whatever reason, the code that you've got in your editor there is not being wrapped up and compiled into the appointments package that's then being loaded into the system. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm going to have to go in a second, but the step that having tested some hypotheses there, if we go back to the editor, the thing that I would be looking for is, I would guess that somewhere in your system, there is an instruction that's telling, you know, indicating that hello react.jsx should be compiled. And there's something, but that we haven't got the same for appointments.jsx. Now, if, you know, appointments had some sort of weird character in it, I mean, but it doesn't. I mean, I would do a search. I would go like to the top level of the app that you're in and do a search for the string hello_react to see if there's anywhere else that mentions that. And that might be the configuration place where it's saying which of these things to compile. I guess can you just, if you double click in application.js, I'm just looking in the JavaScript folder there. Application.js there, yeah. I just wondered if there was some file in this directory that would like be specifying which of the JSX things to kind of import and make available. Show me the index.html.haml again.
According to the documentation, everything in this packs
should automatically be
folder. Yeah,
should be compiled.
Yeah, and it seems to be when you look at the output from the Webpack dev server,
it looks like it's being compiled.
Seems to be compiling it.
Yeah, but then for some reason it's, I mean, and it looks like it's compiling it, and then it's serving a file. But for some reason, if we then just double click on if you go back to the appointments.jsx.
Appointments.jsx. Where was that now? Lost it.
You might need to close application.js, and it'll probably become visible again.
Should be up here somewhere.
I think you might want to see the little, well, even just double clicking it from there. Appointment and appointments.jsx. Appointments, default props, appointments, document, add event list, appointments name equals Jimmy. Append child, document, create element, div. Yeah, I mean, I can't see any reason why that wouldn't work. I mean, the thing, as I say, you could. So two strategies. One is search for some mention of Hello React somewhere else in the system. The other thing is to just copy the contents of Hello React into appointments JSX and you know, like get it working there. Like get a Hello React under Hello React 2.jsx working, and maybe there is just some tiny, you know, ridiculous spacing issue or something else that's not obvious.
Yeah, I tried that, but I'll try it again. And
so you've previously done that. Have you ever been able to render two components?
No.
Right. So, but if you create like a Hello React 2 and have that as the only thing that's loading, it still doesn't load, even if the code is identical to the Hello React.
Yeah, well, if I say copied,
Yeah.
hello react, so I've got hello react.1.jsx now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Well, and then just if you then so don't change anything else, but go to go to like the what is it, index.html.haml.
Yeah.
And in index.html.haml, there just put .1. So after hello react there. And then go back and open the hello react.1. Yep. And then there, just uncomment the add event listener thing. And so save that, and now let's look at the page, because I mean it's sort of silly that we end up in this situation. But in principle, you know, if this loads, that shows us that we can make this incremental change to the file and still have it actually load. And if that incremental change then works, then in this sort of situation, that's interesting.
And if it's missing entry error in appointments index.
Oh, there you go. I mean, it's conceivable. Oh, there, it's interesting. And it says there that it's got appointments.js is like in the manifest.
Yeah. See, application, appointment form, appointments.js.
But yeah, but that's, I mean, the problem it's telling us about here is it's saying that it can't find hello_react.1.js in the manifest. So, and it's got that series of 4 different things, of which we can exclude number 4. And there's, I mean, I guess 2 you can go and like stop and restart the server potentially.
Yeah.
But it's saying there, it's like you want to set web.html to compile true for your environment, unless you. So I mean, there are things there to try that to ensure that it gets loaded.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think the strategy that I might take then, if we go with the assumption that you know, everything is supposed to be compiled by default, is I would be making changes to the hello react JSX file incrementally one at a time. So one is change the file name, as we've done here, you know, fix those issues. Then, for example, just change the you've probably done many of these things already. Change the text in it, and then change it to appointment, and see if you can incrementally, you know, modify it step by step. The other thing to do is can you get two? Can you get hello react, one hello react, and one slightly, very slightly modified version of hello react to appear side by side? But yeah, slow and painful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, anyway, so you confirm that the index.html, haml.html is okay the way that that's set up.
Yeah, that seems in principle okay. I mean, what seems to me, I mean, the bigger issue is that you've got in both of the components, they're both trying to render the DOM as you know, they're both trying to take complete control of the DOM,
which is wrong.
Which seems, I think that's because what you should be doing is you should be defining a top level entity like that you call main or whatever, and then it needs to like refer and have you can't put 2 JSX components just side by side. They always have to have a parent JSX component, if that makes sense.
Oh, right. Okay.
I mean, conceivably the configuration that you've got like defaults to put one in there, but I'm not seeing one. Obviously, I mean, one's not obvious to me. So
yeah, I wonder if you're onto something there, because I did read that you have to return a single component.
Yeah, and so I think the approach you might want to take is, for example, is have you can load the pack, but have the the other simple way, rather than doing this other long-winded step-by-step thing, is you could just try and have it so that the hello react one renders the appointment one as a subcomponent. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. That's worth a try.
That's definitely worth a try. Good stuff. Oh, sorry we couldn't really get to the bottom of it, but interesting stuff. And let me know if you're interested in attending some of these React mobs where we're regularly diving into these things.
Yeah. So when does that happen?
We're doing them at the moment on Fridays at 12:45 p.m. UTC, and you are in +8. Is that right? Yeah. So it would be 8:45 p.m. on a Friday for you at the moment.
Yeah, that might be doable.
Anyway, look, give me a shout. Right. I got to go to another thing now, but see you both soon. All right. Bye for now.
Yeah. Thanks for understanding.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye for now. Bye, Samadios.
Take care.